zip trip here in Brentwood, California. A big hello to all the folks who came out to watch the show live here. This is beautiful park here in downtown Brentwood, and if you've been down here, you know how nice it is. It's got some great restaurants. If you haven't been here yet, you got to make your way down to Brentwood. It is a fantastic place. It is more than just maybe agriculture, like you might remember it. Right. It is a mix of agriculture and urban sprawl. You've got many people that are here. I've talked to folks who have lived here for decades and have seen it grow and got in here when it was just a small town, and still pretty, still pretty small, considering that you have all the agriculture to go with it. But it is a fantastic town, and the people here are great as well.
This is one of the biggest crowds we've had early on. So to the folks of Brentwood, you guys are amazing. There is an energy here in Brentwood that matches the explosive growth this far East Bay City has seen in the past 20 or so years. Housing popping up, a great effort to preserve that small town feel. We're going to go deep into the harvest here because that is what many people come out to Brentwood to do, but there is a whole lot more this town has to offer. So we brought the whole family. We will kick things off with our Frank Malakote and Ali Rasmus. Ali is featuring kind of one of the very new wave things children as young as 5 can do here in Brentwood.
Yeah, from student artwork to coding classes, Brentwood is known as a kind of place that has a lot of resources for families with kids of all ages. So in about 15 minutes, we're going to be talking going to a place where kids learn all about science, technology, coding, robotics, and then later on in the show, we'll be focusing on some of the public art and a public art display that students from Liberty High School here in Brentwood created all on their own using some of the latest in technology. So more on that in just a bit, but first I want to send things over to my colleague Frank Malakote, who has a plum assignment, you could say, pun intended there. He gets to sample some of the local produce that Brentwood is so famous for. Frank.
Yeah, I'm on a farm, I'm on a tractor, I'm in an orchard, and I like what you did there, plum. Yes, plums, peaches. Take a look at the orchard here. Anything that's got a pit on it, if you come to the Farmer's Daughter's produce market, you can pick it and you can take it home. 20 acres of goodness out there, and we're going to meet the family, the Nunn family. They've been here since the 1880s. 7 generations of farmer, including Haley at age 30. She is terrific. She's coming up later in the show. We're also going to do a little trivia. As you might know, Brentwood gets very hot. What is the hottest day on record here? It may surprise you in a big way. And what's the biggest crop in Brentwood? And by the way, number 1 does not have a pit in it. All that much more as I join the farmers of America here in Brentwood. Back to you guys.
Frank, you better start that thing up and get to work. Come on. All right, we got
I don't have a
Frank
key.
Following crops. We've got. You don't have the key?
Maybe that's best.
Okay, yeah, that's probably right. She's right about that. So Frank's following the crops. We have Ali following the coding for kids here. We're going to get to them in just a moment to break everything down. But first, we want to welcome 2 very important people here that are trying to continue the legacy here and continue the growth of business here. We are joined by Kristen Mignis and Kevin Erickson. Kevin is the Vice President of Downtown Brentwood Coalition, and Kristen is the Executive Director of Downtown Brentwood Coalition. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. I've been, we have a mutual friend together, brought me here, him and his wife brought me to a restaurant here in downtown Brentwood because this was a spot, they lived next city over. We went there, and then we went to a lounge just across the street from here. This town is beautiful. If you haven't been here yet, it really is a jewel here in this part of the Bay Area.
Our downtown is amazing. Our downtown is wonderful. Our community, our small businesses. I think that we've seen earlier the Delta Theater, which is kind of the hallmark of downtown. It's absolutely fantastic. And what you were just talking about with the lounge is great.
The slogan of Downtown Brentwood Coalition is "Life is better in Brentwood." Kristen, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I have never been a part of a community where everybody really cheerleads for one another. It's such a special community to be a part of. All the organizations down here really cheerlead for one another. If you're a competitor or not, everybody just wants everyone to win. It's a special community.
And so the coalition was formed by some downtown businesses that wanted to kind of promote business in Brentwood, and now it's grown. Where do you want it to go from here? We know new businesses are opening here in this downtown area, but where do you want things to go from here?
Yeah, I mean, we we want to continue serving our community and helping our downtown businesses and other businesses grow. We love helping out the foundations and the different organizations here. We're really foundation heavy here. And so we do a lot of nonprofit work with the foundations and helping them grow.
Kevin, if you have a business that's thinking, I'm either going to set up shop in Brentwood or maybe somewhere closer to the heart of the Bay Area, how do you convince them to come out Highway 4?
Well, that's a great question. Highway 4 is its own and it's a beast. I don't want to say, but it is a beast. It is a beast. Yeah. But I think once you get to Brentwood, you see the value. You see the community, kind of a big city with a small town vibe. And once coming downtown Brentwood, you can't help but just want to be part of it.
Yeah, Kristen, you know, throughout the year, you all have year-long activities to keep people involved. And some are very interesting. We have Bags and Brews, cornhole tourney. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. We do a memorial tribute. It's over Memorial Day weekend. It's cornhole tournament, and it's great. And everyone comes down. Our events are for the whole family and for the whole community, and they're just really fun.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. For people who say, I've never been to Brentwood, and I'll start with you, Kevin, as we have to wrap things up. What's your biggest pitch?
Small community, great people, wonderful city to live in, and it's growing.
You mentioned wonderful city to live in, $800,000 about the cost of the average home.
That's right.
It's about half of, I mean, we can go 30 miles that way and it's double that.
That's right.
How important is that cost of housing?
It's really important to the cost of housing. We have great schools here. We have great shopping here. And then when you look at the price of the homes, coming out this way, you get a lot more value in a great community with good people.
And a lot of fun things, too. We also have Oktoberfest coming up, Bubbles.
Yeah,
Oktoberfest and Bubbles and Broomsticks. So wish we had more time to talk, but
Bubbles and Broomsticks
is...
That's the one to go to? Okay,
that's the one to go to.
Look that up. All right, fantastic. Kristen, Kevin, thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having us. We appreciate it.
It is our pleasure. All right, in a minute, we're going to a round of applause. And a second here, we're going to check back in with our Allie Rasmus. I mean, when we talk about coding, you might think, okay, high school, maybe college. I mean, we're going way before that. Elementary school age children are learning so much. It's a special opportunity happening here in Brentwood. And our Allie Rasmus is going to tell us all about it as we are kicking off a delicious hour focused on Brentwood. We'll be back.
Welcome back to our Fox Local Zip Trips here to Brentwood. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a beautiful show showing you this beautiful town, and I love to draw the contrast between crops, because that's still big here, and computers, especially coding for kids. And that is happening right now here in this area. Ali Rasmus spoke to the person who formed this and is trying to get more kids into coding, because Ali, as we all know, no matter how you slice it, coding, computers, the way of the future, you might as well learn it, start them young.
Yeah, well, we are inside a place called Galaxy Kids Coding Club. And when you walk in, it kind of looks like a toy store, library. There's a bunch of kids sitting here on their computers. This is the place where kids can come and they learn all about things, science, technology, robotics. So you walk in and here's a Lego wall that some kids have made some pretty interesting creative creations here. There's kids using some of the robotics program with a little mouse going through the maze here. This place has been around for a few years. I want to introduce Lucretia Shaw. She is the owner and founder. Tell us how you got the idea to start this. What was the drive for it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I am a computer scientist by trade. I worked at Charles Schwab for many years. At the time, my kids were young, and coding hadn't really blown up at that point for kids, but I got the idea during a job transition to start some coding classes at my kids' school, and it became so popular that we ended up having to get our own space and expand, and here we are 8 years later.
So what's the goal for kids who come here, and who are the types of kids that come here? What ages? Where are they from?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we serve mainly Brentwood, but the surrounding areas as well. We start at 5 and we go up through high school, and my philosophy is that all kids should learn to code. It's that important. It's basically, if you can't code, it's like not being able to read in this day and age. So our kids are coders, they're gamers, they do sports. We have a variety of different kids.
So they come here after school or sometimes during their school day if they're homeschooled.
That's true. We have a lot of homeschoolers. They're here now. We have after-school classes, and anytime the kids are out of school, we have summer camps, fall break camps, spring break camps.
Let's talk to some of the kids who are here. 10-year-old Jayla Wilson, what are you working on right now?
I was working on a animation where there's a mouse in his room and he's trying to get it. So I go here and I have the guy.
So this is the Scratch coding program. So how does it work? What are you doing?
So I get it's called a sprite, and then I go to the motion I want, and I can grab move 10 steps and this turn 50 degrees.
And you have to tell it every single direction of what it has to do. You have to build that block and put those blocks together. And what's your favorite thing about doing this sort of stuff?
It helps me bring out my creativity, which I love doing, and I like art and coding and stuff like that.
It's fun. You like coming here? Jayla Wilson, thanks for talking with us. Lucretia, thanks for talking with us here. So yeah, Galaxy Kids Coding Club. This is where we are in the middle of downtown Brentwood. You walk by through the downtown area, and it's surrounded by restaurants and bars and shops. You wouldn't expect to see something like this when you come in here, but it's one of the family-friendly things this city has to offer. We'll send it back to you guys.
Ali Rasmus, thank you. Those kids are the future here in Brentwood. Staying in Brentwood, we talked about the housing that has just popped up over the past 10, 20 years or so. It's funny, Ali and I often talk about architecture, right? Do you like mid-century modern? Do you like a nice craftsman? What about Art Deco? That's the one thing I think she and I can agree on. I love a good Art Deco. Theater in particular, and guess what? This city has one. In a minute, we will take you to the Delta Theater, South Castaneda. Took it a film, and it's about more than what's on the screen. It's an entire experience that you'll get to see coming up as we continue our zip trip here in gorgeous Brentwood.
I think, we actually get to see the story right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's take a look at it.
Downtown Brentwood has a gem right in the middle of everything, and it's the Delta Theater. Its prominent Art Deco sign looks good day or night. Before giant multiplexes at the mall, this was the way most people went to the movies. Brentwood native Sean McCauley grew up going to the Delta Theater as a kid and is now one of the owners. His group decided to buy and renovate the old movie house, which first opened in 1938.
Myself, I'm by far not the only one that did this project. Myself, my team, my partners, we really poured our heart into this place just because we know how important it was to Brentwood. So it's something that we're very, very proud of.
Having people come see a movie here helps the nearby restaurants and boutiques and the overall feel of Brentwood's historic downtown. And when you walk in, you feel like you've stepped back in time.
I wanted to have that, still that nostalgic feel, and still feel like it's the old theater that we used to go into when we were younger, but have the new amenities like the new seating and ordering the food and beer and wine.
So I grabbed my popcorn and immediately felt like a kid again, taking in a double feature. And the seats are now a lot more comfortable than those old ones. I also really like the historic photos in the hallway. That's a nice touch. Check your movie listings because the Delta Theater shows new movies and also occasionally screens the classics. In Brentwood, Sal Castaneda, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, so where did the name Brentwood come from? And there is a water tower here that's no longer being used for a water tower. What's it being used for now? Yes, it is time for Zip Trip Trivia. Frank Malacote, he's going to have all that coming up next. Also, before we go to break, the summer of Zip Trips is brought to you by AAA. If you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you where you're headed. If you have a favorite trip from the past, send us those photos and you can see them here during the show. Joanne from San Mateo sent us this picture of Mount Shasta on her way up to Oregon. Who's this one? Oh, this is from Eunice from Ellison Bay. Take a look at that picture. Eunice, thank you so much for sending us that picture, and AAA for sponsoring Zip Trips this year. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Brentwood. We are shining a light on this gorgeous far eastern Contra Costa County city all day today on our Fox Local Zip Trip. A lot of people think Brentwood, fruit stand, and that's a perfect association. Let's run out to our Frank Malacote. That's one of the things we know about Brentwood, but turns out, Frank, not many people know what exactly goes into, building up those fruit stands and what makes this town so very special.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of history. Brentwood's been around really since the 1880s, but incorporated in the 1940s. We're out in front of the Farmer's Daughter's produce stand. This has been here since 1986, and we'll have a lot more of that coming up a little bit later in the show. They grow it, you pick it. At any rate, trivia. It's an Aggie town, Brentwood. And if it's an Aggie town, it had better be hot for the crops, right? How hot? What was the hottest day here? Let's take a look and a listen to the folks here in our edition of Brentwood Zip Trip Trivia. City of Brentwood is hot. In fact, the median temperature here is 73 degrees. If you're here in the months of July and August, 90 plus. Let's go way back now. What is the hottest temperature ever recorded in the city of Brentwood?
I would say about 110.
110.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I would guess it was probably about 95, 96.
You haven't been here very long, my friend.
Oh, probably about 110.
Oh, you got to go higher.
Really? 113?
More.
Oh, no. 120?
Yeah. Not quite.
Okay.
I would have to say like 108.
108. Come on, much higher.
You think?
I'm going to say 116.
116 is a very good guess.
Probably 116.
A little bit more.
Holy moly, like
120.
125 or so?
No, that would be Death Valley. What could it be?
117.
117 is correct.
Hi, Cindy.
That's crazy.
1947.
Oh my God.
That is the Brentwood Water Tower. It has been here since 1926, and it served the community here for nearly 80 years. Now, they shut it down nearly 20 years ago, but they repurposed it. So my question is, what is the tower being used for now? And for extra credit, how many gallons of water did it hold way back when?
Recycled water?
Recycled water. Good guess.
A landmark.
A landmark. True, but wrong answer.
No clue.
No clue. Good
No
try.
clue. I didn't know there was a water tower.
Yes, I didn't know that. To store water now?
To store water.
Oh, okay.
That's what it used to do.
Okay.
I don't know, some kind of lookout or airplanes or something.
So it's like the FAA. They use it for that, for airplanes.
I have no clue.
No.
It has nothing to do with water?
Nope.
It's probably a tower for phones.
For phones?
Yeah.
Like a cell phone?
Yeah.
Are you going with that?
Yeah, I would go with that.
Dan, you are correct.
Hey, what do you know?
How many gallons of water did that old tower hold?
Oh, it had to be.
It's a lot.
Millions of gallons.
Millions of gallons. Brentwood would be underwater. Not quite that much. This is Brentwood Gold. Yes, this town is known for its agriculture, and there are 3 primary crops. This should be a pretty good hint. Can you name all 3? Hey, anyone see my baseball back here? Anyone? Hello?
Corn.
Corn is number 1.
Mm-hmm. Tomatoes.
Tomatoes didn't make the top 3.
It did not?
No.
Okay. Corn,
Right now.
cherries.
Corn, cherries, and
Come on.
I was going to say
One more
apricots.
for the money.
I was going to say apricots, but
No.
probably almonds.
No? Wait, she's
What
by
is
the
it?
vowel
What is
from
it?
afar.
Cherries. Oh, gosh.
Cherries.
How do I not get that?
Come on,
Yes.
you ever cherry pick here?
Oh, yes.
Starts with a P.
peaches.
Peaches is right.
Corn, cherries,
Cherries.
Peaches.
Good.
And
Peaches. Ding, ding. You guys got the last one perfectly. The city of Brentwood incorporated back in 1948, but its roots go way back to the 1800s. So, how did Brentwood become Brentwood? Well, the name Marsh has a lot to do with that.
Oh, gosh, that's a good question.
All these years, 74 years?
I just
don't have
take
any
it for
idea.
granted.
Wood, Mr. Wood.
Mr. Brent Wood.
Yes.
That's correct. No, it's not. That would be too easy.
A guy named Brent that cut down a big tree.
It's a good try.
Stupid answer.
The wood, maybe?
The wood. The brake trees.
I guess. Yes. There you go.
No.
A good guess?
No, not really.
Maybe because of all the fires that happened when they first started the town?
And how does that correlate to Brentwood?
Burnt wood?
Burnt wood. I like where you're going, Dan, but you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it was a good effort anyways. Got to go back to John Marsh. Marsh Creek Road, main thoroughfare that comes in through Brentwood. He was a very wealthy rancher in this area, although born in Massachusetts, landed here, but his ancestral town of England was Brentwood, England, and that's how Brentwood became Brentwood. So there you go. Hey, we're at the Farmer's Daughter produce stand, and they've got plenty of produce here, and it is a 7th generation farming family, the Nunn family. We're going to talk to Haley. She's the latest of the Nunn family to take over as we zip trip to the beautiful city of Brentwood. Guys, back to you.
Awesome.
Can't wait to hear from her. So it was not named after Brentwood. All right, gotcha. We heard the hottest it's been here was 117 degrees.
Right.
Sal Castaneda, you know he loves to hunt for good beer. He found a great place to cool off, get a cold one, and he's going to have the taste of the town coming up as our zip trip continues here to Brentwood coming up after this break.
More than 60 family-owned farms make up the centerpiece of Brentwood. If you have not been all the way out to this part of Contra Costa County, this is your nudge to do it. Oh my gosh, are these you pickers?
They got the buckets.
What are we picking?
Yeah.
Can I tell you, for years and years, going back like 40 years, I used to come here, grew up in Livermore, down the way on Vasco Road, right? We would shoot up Vasco, we'd come here to Brentwood, and we would pick fruit. Mostly cherries, often stone fruit. In more recent years, we've kind of pivoted to strawberries. It was a fabulous day trip, and it still is. If you've not been out here to Brentwood, I know the cherries will bring you in May. You can pick corn now. We just are on the tail end of the peach season. I could go on forever, but let me tell you, it is what this poor man's had to hear about it ever since we announced we were coming to Brentwood. It is more than worth the trip out Highway 4. We are super excited to continue our spotlight on Brentwood on today's Fox Local Zip Trip.
And she was eyeballing the tomatoes just a moment ago, friends. She's like, here, take. And Garcia never says take my money, ever. Just so you know that. Yes, all right. So we want to welcome in now to the show Mary Casey Black with East Contra Costa Historical. Thank you so much for joining us, Mary.
Thank you, and thank you for being here in Brentwood.
You are famous. You have a school named after you. Tell us about that.
I do. It's a benefit of being old.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're young. Tell us about
it actually speaks more to the tradition of the community in Brentwood and the long-standing tradition in Brentwood to honor people who've contributed to their schools.
Yeah. You know,
So
you grew up
it's
in
quite an honor.
And I'm sorry for the helicopter noise we have. I swear it's not ours. I mean, you grew up here in Brentwood, so if we roll back the calendar to like the 60s and 70s, it was a totally different town. You have very fond memories. You and your girlfriends, I think you'd ride horses, you'd walk across the dirt road. I mean, take me back to what this place was.
That's true. I was born in Brentwood, and I'm not going to tell you how many years I've lived here.
We'll not ask you.
But it was a wonderful, wonderful place to grow up. And just to give you a little perspective, when I left here to go to college, the town was 2,000 people.
Wow.
And when I came back to teach, it was close to 4,000.
Wow.
And now is sitting at about
67,000.
Wow.
Almost,
Where did those 7,000 people sneak in?
Well, I mean, you
a
know,
lot of growth and change.
In 25 years, the growth is 237%. That's got to be on top of. Cities just don't grow that fast. I mean, for a city like Brentwood, but it's beautiful here. You can get a nice house here with great size, great backyard. I want to know a little bit about seeing the city grow, the urban part of it and the agricultural part of this town, and how you think they're coexisting right now.
Well, I think Brentwood's done an amazing job of coexisting and growing rapidly because we actually became the convenient community from San Jose, Fremont area. A lot of growth in the 90s at that time. I was fortunate enough to be in the school system and watch all of that growth and yet try to mitigate that growth and keep the small town feel. And I think that schools have always centered a community. And I think Brentwood's done a great job of keeping that small town feel through the activities downtown. You see our beautiful city park, which used to be Eucalyptus Grove, by the way, and was deeded to the people of Brentwood as it was a community to always be a park.
For people who want to learn more about Brentwood, maybe they come here to do cherry picking on Mother's Day, and they want to learn more about Brentwood, there's a place they can go.
There actually is. It's called the East Contra Costa Historical Society Museum. We're out on Sellers Avenue between, right at the border of Brentwood and Knightson. So we're out in the country. Family it was their long-standing family home and was dedicated to, given to the museum.
There's a lot of stuff that people that lived here gave to the city.
They're very proud of their community.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. You guys also have events, the Cruising Through History car show. Tell us about that.
That was our first annual this year. It was very successful. But what was the beauty of that car show is that there were a lot of people who entered their beautiful cars who were local residents, who don't just go to car shows. They were there because it was their local historical museum.
Well, Mary Casey, you are not only a walking example of what it means to grow up and love Brentwood. You've been so kind in your time here today, and I'm sure the kids at Mary Casey Black think of you every day. At least they should. Thank you so much for joining us, Mary Casey Black, East Contra Costa Historical Society. All right.
Thank you so much.
We are inching toward lunch after having a delicious breakfast. Let me tell you, Brentwood has something for everyone, whether you like fine dining, craft cocktails, good home-cooked food. Of course, we had to send Sal out here. He was more than happy to pick up his fork and head out to Brentwood. Here's our taste of the town.
Downtown Brentwood has a lot of places to grab a bite to eat, all within walking distance of each other. You can eat outside or sit inside air-conditioned spots all along the downtown area. You might know I like old school places, and I found Cap's Oak Street Bar and Grill. This place reminds me of a restaurant I might find in San Francisco's North Beach, except it's here in Brentwood.
But we tried to open up here. We tried to bring that old San Francisco feel to the East Bay, far East Bay to Brentwood. That was our goal.
After 28 years in business, I think this family-owned business has done just that. Right away, the bar at Cap's looked like a great time waiting to happen, and the specials board grabbed my attention. And when I saw the wood-fired oven, I knew the pizzas and calzones would be good. One of the favorites here is Steak Diane, prepared right at your table, featuring butterfly filet mignon, sautéed mushrooms, garlic, tarragon, Marsala wine, and fired up with cognac. Not only old school, but delicious. But perhaps the best thing here is the people.
I come here at least once a week. This is like Cheers. It's family. It's everybody knows your name. Everybody's connected.
Sometimes it gets hot here in Brentwood, and you might want an ice-cold beer. That's where Brentwood Craft comes in. I sat down with co-owner Joey Nardone and had a glass of the most popular beer he pours, a Maui Wowie IPA.
It's an excellent IPA from Livermore. It's well balanced. It's got some great hops, and they do a good job with it. It's been our #1 beer since we opened 6 years ago.
This place welcomes families, and it's right next to Sip and Scoop ice cream shop, so maybe mom and dad can have a beer while the kids get ice cream. And if you want some chic sophistication, Brentwood has Locanda Capri. It has a charming traditional dining room, and out back there's an upbeat lounge. The menu here is made to imitate Italian home cooking from the old country. I ordered the ragu napoletano.
This is the most traditional plate in Naples. It's called Napolitan ragu. All of us, when we were kids, like we wake up with this smell of this meat sauce. Because usually when you do it, you have to cook for at least 8 hours.
This for me is probably the dish I'd get over and over again. As for colorful, beautiful craft cocktails, this is your spot. The classic Aperol Spritz with Aperol champagne, soda water, and rosemary, a pina colada with organic pineapple and crushed ice, and there's a popular after-dinner drink.
People sometimes come just to, after dinner, to sit in the lounge, have a few espresso martini, the delicious after it, and then actually there is, on the border they put a little Nutella with the fresh nuts. It can be like a drink, a dessert.
And for the foodie home cooks, I found the Salt and Fig Marketplace, which stocks fancy ingredients for your next great meal.
Downtown Brentwood was missing a niche.
This upscale store sells imported pastas, fancy olive oils from Napa Valley, local honey, and more. And the store changes theme according to season, so now this store is leaning into fall.
Changing the store for every season is crucial to this business. It's something that no other stores around here do to the extent that we do.
So you don't have to drive to Napa or Sonoma. You can come to the Salt and Fig Marketplace. In Brentwood, Sal Castaneda, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, so we see the diversity of food, the diversity of people. I mean, it's fantastic. We saw what's on the table. Let's see what's at the farm. Frank Malicote is over at one of the places that have been around for a long time, and the same family is still in charge of this farm. Frank, tell us about it.
Okay, well, we're at the Farmer's Daughter produce stand, and they've got 20 acres of, you go out and pick it, and they grow it for you. And I got Haley Nunn. She's what? 6th, 7th generation farmer, right?
Yes, depending who you ask.
Okay, for a young lady like you going into farming, was that something that just happened, or you love it? It's your passion?
It was my passion from a young age. I always grew up working at our different family U-Picks in town, and it's always something that I knew I wanted to do, but I never dreamed that I would be able to make a living doing it.
And here you are.
I know.
In your orchard. And, well, tell us a little bit about your produce stand. It's been around since, what, 1986?
My aunt built and opened it in 1986. My Aunt Meredith, she passed away a few years back, so I've been taking it over and continuing her legacy, and it's been really special to continue.
You must love coming to work.
I do.
You don't have to get super dressed up, do you? And you get to drive tractors. And how much work does it take to take care of these 20 acres here?
Oh man, it's a bit more than you'd expect, but it's really rewarding.
Yeah. And this is the best part, watching people out in your orchard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pick away.
Yes.
While they're picking, what is the strategy to picking the perfect peach?
Okay, so in my opinion, if you feel a peach on the tree that's a little soft, if you find that one that's really soft, that means you got to eat it right now.
Away.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, people are doing here.
Oh,
do you
yeah.
encourage sampling?
Yes, we do.
Oh, good. Because I've already had one.
Once you've had a peach off the tree, you're ruined for life.
There you go. Exactly. You'll never buy one at store again,
yes,
right?
That's the goal.
But if it's a little soft, it's probably just right to take home and cut up.
Exactly. But they do continue to ripen off the tree. So if you're looking to bake this weekend or in a few days, then I'd recommend getting them on the firmer side and putting them in a brown paper bag on your counter.
Okay, and what kind of peaches are they picking?
So today we're picking our O. Henrys. These are our grand finale of the season. They're the big, giant, yellow sweet peaches. You got to lean over when you bite into them because the juice just goes everywhere.
I was going to say you might need a bib too. I've already had one. This lady's got $100 worth of peaches in her bucket. Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you love coming down here?
Well, I love the fresh fruit and I love picking the peaches, and it's great for kids. We bring all the nieces and nephews out, and it's a great day.
Yeah, very good. And by the way,
the fruit's delicious.
Yes, that's kind of par for the course. Do you actually you have popsicles here too? They're fruit flavored. Do you make those?
Yes, we don't make our own popsicles, unfortunately.
But they're killer.
But yeah, especially right now in the heat.
Okay.
We're going to have to grab some.
Peaches are in season now. What's next?
What's next? We have a couple more varieties. I think next week we'll have our white donut peaches coming into
That sounds pretty good.
Yes, they're sweeter than the donuts you get at the grocery store.
Oh boy, but so much better.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Haley, and your family goes so far back. Your dad's a farmer as well. He supplies corn and tomatoes.
Yes.
And it's in your blood.
So he's always making deliveries here.
Right.
We're very lucky.
Haley Nunn, farmer. And the farmer's daughter, I might add, too, right?
Yeah.
I am a farmer's daughter.
Okay. All right, guys, you got to come down here. I think we're going to go home with a bucket of peaches. We have to. It's part.
Yeah.
It's part of
the donut peach. I want one of those. Please.
Thank you. Yeah, the
I'll
donut
work
peaches,
on
you know them. They're like they're kind of flat. You know, they're flatter. I mean, they're sweeter than donuts, but they actually look like they're sort of flat, and that's why they're named a donut peach.
And I can gouge myself on it without feeling guilty.
You can go bananas,
I like it.
and you'll be supporting local farmers.
There you go.
It's interesting. Frank touched on something that was really important. You can't just show up in like August and be like, I'm here to pick cherries, because guess what? The cherries won't be here for you because this is Mother Nature and Father Time working together to make Brentwood so amazing. There's a whole calendar of U-Pick. We're going to get deep into what could be your first U-Pick experience, how you can do a little bit of advanced planning to make sure it's a fantastic outing for you and your family. And speaking of outings, I love a good road trip. Of course, we came all the way out Highway 4 today. AAA is a proud sponsor of this summer's Fox Local Zip Trips, and we love that you guys are sending your photos in because we get to highlight your summer adventures. So thank you to Suzanne Ramsey. She took this photo as she was in Colorado's National Monument near Grand Junction. Suzanne Ramsey from Livermore heard our ask for photos. If you have photos or even video, we'd love to share it on our next Fox Local Zip Trip. You see the QR code on your screen there. You can scan it, send in your pictures and videos, and we'll share them here on our Fox Local Zip Trips. We'll be back.
So here in Brentwood, as we continue our zip trips here to this wonderful city where it's warming up, and I'm glad I wore short sleeves. Just for this reason, I checked the weather forecast. There is a new art display up here in the city of Brentwood, and it's courtesy of some students. Allie Erasmus is at that new art display to show us a little bit more about it. Good morning to you, Allie. What do you got?
Good morning, Andre. Yeah, it's in a place where a lot of drivers, a lot of people walking by can see it. This is the corner of O'Hara Avenue and Sand Creek Road, a busy intersection here. And on the corner where we're standing is a public art display that was created entirely by students from Liberty High School's Public Art Academy. So taking a look at this is one of them. This sculpture is pretty massive. It's twice my size. I'm about 5'4". But this display is called Birds of Beauty. And so the goal here was to feature some native birds to the area. That golden eagle behind me, that blue heron that you're looking at. There's also a long-billed curlew and a barn owl. Now we have some video of the process of how all this was created. These sculptures were created and built by hand entirely by students from Liberty High School's Public Art Design Academy. The student artists spent more than 350 hours collectively designing, building, welding the artwork together. And there's a variety of materials they used to make this, from concrete to custom tiles, glass, and metal. The sculptures were officially unveiled earlier this summer, and this is actually the second year for this public art display. Last year's students in 2024 created similar sculptures of Chinook salmon. And back out here live, you're looking at, I believe this is the blue heron. That's one of the 4 birds of beauty that these students created. There's also some trees and vegetation that they made out of metal. Look at the tile on this. This is made out of ceramic, it looks like. Looks like leaves, but it's on the barn owl that is part of this display. The salmon display, by the way, from the students last year is right in the middle of this, so you can see they use some mosaic tile. And it's something that people who pass by here can see and drive by here can see all the time. There's a trail that runs along Marsh Creek right behind this concrete wall here, this brick wall here. So it's in public view, and it's an example of the kind of unique community projects you can find here in the city of Brentwood. We've been talking about how this city has a lot of resources for families and kids, and that includes its public schools. And again, this was all created by students from Liberty High School's Public Art Design Academy, and it's great that they really documented that process as well. So you could see in that video them using some of the welding equipment and constructing these sculptures. It's nice to see out here. Back to you guys.
Allie Rasmus, thank you. Let's go ahead and focus on more of the delicious things, not just beautiful, Brentwood has to offer. Although I guess, fresh fruit is beautiful. We saw the fruits and vegetables there at the farm stand where Frank Malcutt was, and it is
a wide array of colors.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you, when you buy fruit at the supermarket, I'm like, okay, fine, I need apples, I'll get them here.
You need it, right, but
cherries, peaches, different. Corn, you name it, there is so much to offer here in Brentwood. Let's bring in Jessica Enos. You are with Harvest Time Brentwood. Your website is amazing. I have relied on it many times because there is sort of an art and a science when it comes to the U-Pick offerings from the 60-plus family-owned farms here in Brentwood. Tell us how we can make. Have you done fruit picking here yet?
No,
have you not?
but
I know you've been out here.
Yeah, I've been here, but I've not been fruit picking.
Okay,
but it's something I'm going to definitely try.
When we bring Andre out here for us, first, you can come with us.
Yeah.
First, family fruit picking, celebration. What do we need to do to make sure it's a pleasant experience?
So the first thing you need to do is you need to head to the Harvest For You website. So harvest4u.com, you're going to want to head there. We have over 60 members here in Brentwood, and it's really amazing. We are the U-Pick capital because we have over 60 farms in such a small geographic area. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come out early.
Yes.
And you're going to want to check that website and see what's open and see what's ripe. And we encourage you to visit many of our farms. We are not just a one-stop. Because everything is so geographically close, it's very easy to go to multiple farms.
So right now you're generating over 180,000 visitors each year to come in here. I'm sure you're pushing for many more because that does support the economy, in addition to the restaurants and so forth that you have downtown here. And you create an educational farm trail map. Can you describe that for us and how you use that and the best time of the years to come out here?
Yes, so the map was actually created in the 1970s. It's obviously been updated. We're coming up on 50 years of producing our map. In 2026 will be our 50th year producing this farm trail map. And it's evolved, right, as technology has evolved. So you still have the paper map, and now you can also visit our website, and we have what's called a real-time map where our farmers can very quickly say whether they're open or closed, and it will populate on that map in real time, which is pretty amazing.
What I love about Brentwood is for the folks that come out here to do the fruit picking, it's multi-generational, right? You have grandma, grandpa, you have like adult children, you have toddlers. It is truly, and you know, it's funny, my grandmother visited from overseas, and we brought her fruit picking. It is something people come to Brentwood for.
Yes.
Tell me about how it really is a family outing.
It really is, and so you can, like you said, we'll have multiple generations that will come. Most of the farmers who have the U-Pick farms will actually make sure that their fruit is low-hanging, so that way then the smallest in your group is easily able to pick and participate. You're able to bring lots home to your family, to your friends, to your neighbors, coworkers, people who couldn't join you. And because the season is so long, we start with strawberries, usually around April, then we roll into cherries, and then right now we have peaches going, and we will go all the way into our fall season where you can actually pick pumpkins.
Wow. Well, yes, that's coming up.
I have not done pumpkins.
Yeah.
I haven't done pumpkins or corn. Those are like the two things left I haven't done.
That's fantastic. How important is this and bringing those visitors in to 40 growers that are part of this?
Yeah, it's extremely important. So the best way that you can support farmers is to show up to their farm stands and to purchase directly from there and to show up to the U-Picks, because what you're doing when you're visiting a U-Pick is you're not just getting the fruit, but you're really experiencing the entire, what I say is a celebration of the harvest. These farmers are inviting other families, please come and celebrate our harvest with us. Most of our farms here are family owned, and so while you're bringing your generation of families here, you're meeting the farming generations. So at my farm, we will have 3 generations working usually.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, I am so glad you joined us. I appreciate all the work you and your fellow farmers have done to make Brentwood such a shining star here in the Bay Area. We have to leave it here. Jessica Enos, Harvest Time Brentwood. It's a great website. Can I tell you, I rely on you guys.
Thank you.
We will be back with more on Brentwood coming up in a minute here.
It's great. I mean, this shows you just the connection that's within the city. All right, we're going to have much more coming up in just a moment. Salsa dancing, a wine trolley, summer concerts. We're going to talk about Hannah Nicole Vineyards coming up right after this break here on our Zip Trips to Brentwood. We'll be right back.
As if you needed another reason to come out to Brentwood. How about some fine wine?
I'm only here for the wine.
There you go.
Yeah, you're going to do the talking. I'm going to do tasting. How about
That's
that?
why we're
Yeah, you like that?
All right, we have Hannah Nicole Vineyards here. We have Chris Closethorne, Director of Operations here. Nicholas Lammers, you're an actual winemaker. We welcome the gentleman here to the tail end of our showcase on Brentwood. Thank you both for being here. A lot of people think Brentwood, corn, cherries, peaches, maybe not wine. Chris, why should we be thinking wine?
Our region has a really large wine selection here. We have 4 other wineries that produce and sell wine in tasting rooms. And then we also have multiple vineyards that produce wine and sell grapes as well. We just got our AVA, so we're really proud about that for Contra Costa.
AVA is what?
That is the American Viticulture Area. So it's a really big thing out here for us now.
We're going to have to do a bit of a do-si-do here. I think Andre might get in between the two gentlemen because he's going to be actually tasting. So that's why we'll bring you in. Nicholas Lammers, you're a winemaker here at Hannah Nicole Vineyards. And tell us a little bit about what you and Andre will be sampling.
Yeah, so we are pouring here our 2021 Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. So all of our wines are grown on estate, and we watch everything from berry to bottle. This one has had 2.5 years in our barrel, 100% French oak, and I have to say, very delicious right now.
So I think Andre might want to taste one of those. What did you go for? Can you explain? And Chris, I'll go to you. What does berry to bottle mean to you?
So with us, we grow it and we bottle it right on property. So it never leaves our site when we're doing in the process.
Is it hard to compete when you have Napa and Sonoma up the road?
It is, but we're our own little area. So we have a completely different grape variety, or not really variety, but terroir. So everything's going to taste completely different than what it is up in the Napa region.
What do you say, Andre? Have you sipped?
Yeah, it's very good. And I'm curious to know, do you have a lot of people from Brentwood that are coming to see you, or do you have people coming from out of town?
You know, we'll have some people come from out of town, but one of the things that really makes the Brentwood area just so fantastic is it's such a great local community to it. You know, we have a great venue on site at Hannah Nicole, but it just feels like a home for so many people. And honestly, it feels like a great home for us, especially during the harvest period we have coming up right now.
For sure.
A lot of people love the wine club. You were actually a member of the wine club before you went to work for this place. Tell me about the wine club.
Yes, so we have 4 different levels of our wine club. So we have that beginner level. It's a 2-bottle membership, and then it goes all the way up to the case membership. You get special perks. We do tons of private events for our wine club members, plus we have a lot of just regular public events too.
Good, I like that.
During the day, evening ticket events, we do dance parties, salsa nights, winemakers dinner here with Nick, and everything in between.
Good.
Include a comedy show coming up tomorrow.
I like a little something for everybody.
You have a comedy show coming up tomorrow. Tell us a bit about that.
So we partner with Comedy Uncorked, and they'll be doing their second of their comedy shows tomorrow night at the Vineyard.
I also have a sister that's a salsa dancer, so tell us a little bit about that.
Salsa night will be coming up, I believe, in October.
All right,
So,
All right.
yes.
Something to look forward to. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. We're going to talk to you in a little bit over on Take 2, but I wanted to let everyone know before we wrap up that this summer Zip Trips is brought to you by AAA. If you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you, where you're headed. If you have a favorite trip from the past, send us those photos, and you can see them here during the show.
And I cannot believe that we only have one more Zip trip to go this summer season. So meet us 2 weeks from now in what feels like a totally different universe, which would be Sausalito.
Yes, all right.
That is 2 Fridays from now, August 29th. A great big focus on Sausalito, but first the party is keeping on going here in Brentwood.
Take 2. We got a lot more. We're going to talk to these guys a little bit more on Take 2 and some of the folks who've gathered around here as well.
Brentwood.
Thanks for joining us. Andre Sr., Gus Michaelian. Thank you, Brentwood.
Yeah,
and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
right, welcome back to our Take Two Zip Trips here in Brentwood. And we are here, Hannah Nicole, Vineyards, and we've been trying. This is some good stuff. Right? I really got to give it to you guys. But the beautiful part about it, we were looking at the list of events here held at the winery, and you have R&B nights. You have them several times. You had them throughout the year.